What if I told you that the difference between feeling exhausted by noon and having energy to spare at 70 could come down to 15 specific foods that most men completely ignore? I'm not talking about expensive supplements or complicated meal plans. I'm talking about common foods you can find at any grocery store that have the scientific power to transform your circulation, skyrocket your energy levels, and yes, dramatically improve your sexual performance. I'm Dr. Julia, board-certified urologist and men's health specialist with over 30 years helping men reclaim their vitality through strategic nutrition. And what I'm about to share isn't generic health advice. This is targeted, science-backed nutritional strategy specifically designed to combat the circulation problems that destroy male sexual function after 60. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell because the protocols I share could completely change how your body responds. Now, here's what most doctors won't tell you about aging and circulation. The reason your erections have weakened, your energy crashes by afternoon, and even simple activities leave you exhausted isn't just about getting older. It's about your blood vessels slowly losing their ability to deliver oxygen and nutrients where your body needs them most. And for men, that means your penis, your muscles, your brain, and your heart are all running on reduced supply. But here's the exciting part that pharmaceutical companies don't want you to know. Specific foods can naturally enhance blood flow, reduce the inflammation strangling your vessels, and restore the kind of circulation that supports firm erections and sustained energy. Let me show you exactly which 15 foods do this and why they work. Before we dive into the specific foods, you need to understand why circulation becomes such a critical issue for men over 60. Your cardiovascular system is like a highway network delivering blood throughout your body. When you're young, those highways are wide open, flexible, and efficient. Blood flows freely to every destination. But as you age, several things happen that narrow and stiffen those highways. First, your blood vessels lose elasticity. The smooth muscle in your arterial walls becomes rigid, making it harder for vessels to expand when blood flow increases. Second, plaque begins accumulating on vessel walls, literally narrowing the passageways blood has to travel through. Third, inflammation damages the endothelial lining of your blood vessels, further restricting flow and reducing your body's ability to produce nitric oxide, which is the molecule that signals vessels to relax and open. The result of all this is reduced circulation everywhere, but it hits your penis first and hardest because the blood vessels there are among the smallest in your body. They get blocked and damaged before you even notice problems in larger vessels. This is why erectile dysfunction is often the first warning sign of cardiovascular disease. Your body is telling you that circulation is compromised. Most men ignore this warning and wait until they have a heart attack to take it seriously. But smart men recognize that improving circulation isn't just about better erections, though that's certainly a benefit. It's about protecting your heart, your brain, your kidneys, and every organ that depends on adequate blood flow. The foods I'm about to share work by targeting these exact mechanisms: restoring vessel flexibility, reducing inflammation, clearing plaque buildup, and boosting nitric oxide production. Let's start with the first 5 foods, and I'm going to explain not just what they are but exactly how they work at a physiological level. First, dark chocolate with at least 70% cocoa content. This isn't permission to eat candy bars loaded with sugar. I'm talking about real dark chocolate that's bitter and rich. Dark chocolate contains flavonoids, specifically epicatechin, which triggers your endothelial cells to produce more nitric oxide. Remember, nitric oxide is what relaxes and dilates your blood vessels. 1 to 2 squares of quality dark chocolate daily can measurably improve blood flow within weeks. Studies show improvements in both systolic and diastolic blood pressure, better arterial flexibility, and enhanced endothelial function. For men struggling with erectile issues, this nitric oxide boost directly supports firmer, more reliable erections. Second, pomegranates, either the fresh seeds or pure juice without added sugar. Pomegranates are absolutely loaded with polyphenol antioxidants that protect your blood vessels from oxidative damage while simultaneously increasing nitric oxide availability. Multiple studies have shown that pomegranate consumption improves erectile function specifically because of these vascular effects. A glass of pure pomegranate juice daily or a handful of seeds sprinkled on your breakfast can make a noticeable difference. Third, citrus fruits, oranges, grapefruits, lemons, and limes. These are packed with vitamin C and flavonoids that strengthen blood vessel walls and reduce inflammation throughout your cardiovascular system. Vitamin C is essential for collagen production, which maintains the structural integrity of your arteries. Regular citrus consumption has been linked to lower blood pressure and reduced risk of stroke. Add an orange to your breakfast or squeeze fresh lemon into your water throughout the day. Fourth, red and purple grapes. And I'm talking about the whole fruit, not just wine. Grapes contain resveratrol, the same compound people talk about in red wine, but you get it without the alcohol's negative effects when you eat the actual grapes. Resveratrol activates proteins that protect blood vessels, reduces inflammation, and prevents platelet aggregation that can lead to clots. A handful of grapes daily supports cardiovascular health while providing natural sweetness without processed sugar. And fifth, watermelon, which is one of the richest natural sources of citrulline, an amino acid that your body converts into arginine, which then produces nitric oxide. This is the exact pathway that supports erections. Watermelon is like nature's Viagra, providing the raw materials your body needs to create the molecules that relax blood vessels and allow blood to flow into your penis. It's also incredibly hydrating, which supports overall circulation. Slice some watermelon for a refreshing snack, especially during warmer months. These first 5 foods all share a common mechanism. They boost nitric oxide production or protect your blood vessels from damage. When you combine them strategically, you're creating an environment where circulation can thrive. Now let's move to foods 6 through 10, which focus on different but complementary mechanisms for improving blood flow. Sixth, spinach, which is absolutely loaded with nitrates that your body converts into nitric oxide. It also provides folate, which supports healthy blood vessel function, and magnesium, which helps blood vessels relax. Spinach is incredibly versatile. Throw it in smoothies, add it to omelets, or make it the base of salads. Just a cup or 2 daily delivers significant vascular benefits. Seventh, kale, another leafy green powerhouse that provides vitamins A, C, and K along with potassium. These nutrients maintain the elasticity of your blood vessels while helping regulate blood pressure. Kale also contains compounds that reduce inflammation throughout your cardiovascular system. If raw kale is too tough, try massaging it with a bit of olive oil and lemon juice to break down the fibers, or blend it into smoothies. Eighth, walnuts, which are rich in arginine, the amino acid precursor to nitric oxide, plus omega-3 fatty acids that reduce inflammation and prevent plaque buildup in arteries. Studies specifically show that walnut consumption improves endothelial function and arterial flexibility. A small handful daily, maybe 15 to 20 walnuts, provides these benefits without excessive calories. Ninth, pumpkin seeds, packed with zinc, which is crucial for testosterone production, plus magnesium for vascular relaxation and antioxidants that protect blood vessels. Zinc deficiency is incredibly common in older men and directly impacts both testosterone levels and circulation. Sprinkle pumpkin seeds on oatmeal, add them to salads, or just eat them as a snack. And 10th, salmon and other fatty fish like mackerel, sardines, and trout. These provide omega-3 fatty acids EPA and DHA that reduce inflammation, prevent blood clots, lower triglycerides, and keep arterial walls flexible. Aim for at least 2 servings of fatty fish per week for optimal cardiovascular and erectile benefits. Now, here's where I need you to do something. If you're serious about improving your circulation and sexual function, and you're planning to add at least 3 of these foods to your diet this week, I want you to type "flow" in the comments and tell me which 3 foods you're starting with. This helps me know what content resonates with you, and honestly, making that public commitment increases your likelihood of following through. Do it right now before we continue. Foods 11 through 15 round out this circulation supporting arsenal with some powerful additions. 11th, oysters, which are famous for being aphrodisiacs, and there's actual science behind this. Oysters are the richest food source of zinc, providing more in a few oysters than most men get in an entire week from other sources. Zinc directly supports testosterone production and immune function. While oysters might be more of an occasional treat than a daily food, when you do eat them, you're giving your body a massive boost. 12th, chili peppers and hot peppers of any variety. These contain capsaicin, the compound that creates heat, which also causes blood vessels to dilate and improve circulation throughout your body. Regular consumption of spicy foods has been linked to lower blood pressure and reduced cardiovascular mortality. If you can handle the heat, add peppers to your meals regularly. 13th, ginger, which contains gingerol and other compounds that reduce inflammation, prevent blood clots, and improve circulation. Ginger has been used medicinally for thousands of years, and modern research confirms its cardiovascular benefits. Add fresh ginger to stir-fries, steep it in hot water for tea, or use powdered ginger in cooking. 14th, garlic, and I mean real garlic cloves that you crush and cook with, not garlic powder or supplements. Fresh garlic contains allicin, which is released when you crush or chop the cloves. Allicin has been shown to lower blood pressure, reduce arterial stiffness, and prevent plaque formation. Multiple studies confirm that regular garlic consumption supports cardiovascular health and improves circulation. Add crushed garlic to your cooking daily. And 15th, oats, specifically steel-cut or rolled oats, not instant oatmeal loaded with sugar. Oats contain beta-glucan, a soluble fiber that reduces LDL cholesterol, the kind that builds up in your arteries. By clearing cholesterol from your bloodstream, oats help keep your vessels clean and blood flowing freely. A bowl of oatmeal with some of the other foods we've discussed, maybe walnuts, pomegranate seeds, and dark chocolate shavings, creates a circulation-boosting breakfast that sets you up for sustained energy all day. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's 15 different foods, and you're wondering how to incorporate them all without completely overhauling your life. Here's the good news. You don't need all 15 every single day. What you need is strategic variety that hits all the key mechanisms we discussed. Let me give you a practical framework. Each day, aim for at least 3 to 4 of these foods spread across your meals. Start your morning with oatmeal topped with walnuts, pomegranate seeds, and a few dark chocolate pieces. That's 4 circulation-boosting foods in one bowl. For lunch, make a spinach or kale salad with grilled salmon, add some citrus segments, and sprinkle pumpkin seeds on top. That's another 4 or 5 foods. Snack on watermelon or grapes during the day. Add garlic and ginger to your dinner cooking. Maybe have some chili pepper if you enjoy spice. Suddenly you've consumed 10 to 12 of these foods without any complicated meal planning. The key is consistency over perfection. You don't need to eat all 15 foods daily to see dramatic improvements in your circulation and sexual function. What you need is to make these foods regular parts of your diet so your body consistently receives the nutrients and compounds that support vascular health. Within the first week of eating this way, most men notice improved energy levels and better sleep. Within 2 to 3 weeks, morning erections typically become more frequent and firmer as circulation improves. By the 1-month mark, erectile function during actual sexual activity usually shows measurable improvement. And after 2 to 3 months of consistent intake, many men report sexual performance comparable to what they experienced years earlier. This isn't magic. It's your body responding to proper nutritional support. Your blood vessels regain flexibility. Inflammation decreases throughout your cardiovascular system. Nitric oxide production increases. Plaque buildup slows or even reverses in some cases. And all of this translates directly into better circulation everywhere, including to your penis. But I need to be honest with you about something. These foods work incredibly well, but they work best when combined with the other lifestyle factors we've discussed in previous videos. If you're eating all 15 of these circulation-boosting foods but you're still sitting 12 hours a day, smoking, drinking heavily, never exercising, and sleeping 4 hours a night, you're not going to see optimal results. Nutrition is powerful, but it's one component of a comprehensive approach to male vitality. Combine these foods with regular cardiovascular exercise, even just walking 30 minutes daily. Add some strength training to support testosterone. Manage your stress through whatever practices work for you. Prioritize 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep. Stay hydrated throughout the day. When you stack all these factors together, the improvements compound exponentially. I've seen men in their 70s recover erectile function they thought was permanently gone simply by optimizing their nutrition along with these other lifestyle factors. It's not about one miracle food or one magic pill. It's about creating an environment where your body can function the way it was designed to. Now let's talk about what you should avoid, because this is just as important as what you should eat. Processed foods, especially those high in refined sugar and unhealthy fats, directly damage your blood vessels and promote inflammation. The inflammation caused by a diet heavy in processed foods counteracts all the benefits of the circulation-boosting foods we just discussed. Excess alcohol impairs circulation and suppresses testosterone production. Moderate consumption might be fine, but heavy drinking is devastating for male sexual health. Trans fats and excessive omega-6 fatty acids from seed oils promote inflammation and arterial damage. And excessive sodium, particularly from processed foods rather than natural salt on whole foods, can raise blood pressure and damage blood vessels over time. The standard American diet is basically designed to destroy circulation and sexual function. It's no wonder erectile dysfunction rates have skyrocketed. But you have the power to opt out of that trajectory by choosing foods that support rather than sabotage your vascular health. Let me give you a final practical strategy for implementing this. Start with just 3 foods this week. Maybe dark chocolate, walnuts, and spinach because they're easy to incorporate. Next week, add 3 more, perhaps pomegranate, salmon, and garlic. Continue adding foods gradually until you've integrated most or all of them into your regular rotation. This gradual approach prevents overwhelm and allows your taste preferences to adapt. Some of these foods might be unfamiliar or not appealing at first, but as you eat them regularly, your palate adjusts and you often come to enjoy them. Also, experiment with preparation methods. If you don't like raw spinach, try it sautéed with garlic. If plain oatmeal bores you, load it up with walnuts, pomegranate seeds, and dark chocolate. If you find ginger too strong, start with small amounts and gradually increase. The goal is to make these foods enjoyable and sustainable, not to force yourself to eat things you hate. Food should be pleasurable, and when it's both pleasurable and health-supporting, you found the sweet spot for long-term success. I also want to address cost because I know some men worry these foods are expensive. The reality is that most are quite affordable. Oats, spinach, garlic, and citrus fruits are among the cheapest foods available. Walnuts and dark chocolate cost more than junk food but less than most processed snacks when you compare nutritional value per serving. Salmon might seem pricey, but 2 servings weekly is manageable for most budgets, especially if you buy frozen. And the money you'll save by not buying erectile dysfunction medications, energy drinks, or expensive supplements will more than offset any increased food costs. Think of this as an investment in your health and sexual function that pays dividends for years. These 15 foods aren't just about circulation or sexual performance, though those improvements alone would be worth it. They're about reclaiming the energy, vitality, and confidence that define quality of life as you age. They're about waking up feeling ready to tackle the day instead of exhausted before it starts. They're about maintaining independence, strength, and capability well into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. They're about feeling like a man who's in control of his health rather than a victim of aging. Every single one of these foods has been studied extensively. The research supporting their cardiovascular and sexual health benefits is robust and consistent. This isn't speculation or wishful thinking. It's established nutritional science that you can leverage starting today. Your body wants to function optimally. It wants to have strong circulation, firm erections, and sustained energy. You've just been unknowingly depriving it of the nutrients it needs to make that happen. Now you know better, and with that knowledge comes the power to change your trajectory completely. Start this week. Choose 3 foods from this list and commit to incorporating them daily. Notice how you feel after 7 days. Track your energy levels, your sleep quality, your morning erections. Most men are shocked by how quickly they notice improvements. Then gradually expand your repertoire until these circulation-supporting foods become the foundation of how you eat. Your cardiovascular system will respond. Your sexual function will improve. Your energy will stabilize and increase. And you'll wonder why nobody told you this decades ago. With that said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you until next time.